The energy on set was incredible. I didn't actually work with any stuntmen on the set.
We would love to. We just need the leads. So anybody out there, if you've got any leads for us, you can email us, you can call us.
Have you seen this advertising mirror? It's from a DX gas station. Is that a local brand? Yes, it is. That mirror is from a service station. Firestone used to carry DX petroleum products. Would you sell it? $50. Just $50. Mike Wolfe, the well-known creator and star of American Pickers, gained fame by turning discarded items into valuable treasures. For years, Mike and his team fascinated audiences with their enthusiasm for discovering rare antiques and lost historical pieces. However, in more recent episodes, fans began to notice some big changes, raising the question, what really happened to Mike Wolfe? Let's take a closer look at what's going on. Here it is. This is the place. Look, he already has stuff out front. Pull up over here. All this stuff looks pretty cool. Hello. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I'm Mike, nice to meet you. A lot has happened to the man behind the success of American Pickers, but one major issue was his falling out with longtime co-host Frank Fritz. Fans have known Mike and Frank since the early days of the show, but their relationship took a turn for the worse in 2020. Frank suddenly disappeared from the show, leaving fans puzzled over his long absence. At first, people didn't think much of it, since this was during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. But even when filming resumed and things returned to normal, Frank was still missing. Instead, Mike continued the show with his brother, Danielle, C.I., and antique expert Jersey John Zay on the road. Eventually, Frank addressed the situation in an interview, explaining he had to leave the show due to serious back issues, Crohn's disease, and struggles with alcohol addiction. But he also revealed something more surprising: he and Mike hadn't spoken in 2 years. Frank claimed, Mike knew my back was messed up, but he didn't even call to ask how I was doing. That's just how it is. Frank believed Mike wanted to replace him with his brother Robbie on American Pickers. Mike responded by publicly calling Frank his brother, wishing him the best, and acknowledging that their shared journey had both highs and lows, but that it was ultimately very rewarding. Frank wasn't convinced. He called Mike's comments BS and insisted that Mike never reached out during his health battles. While Mike later admitted that Frank's addiction played a role in his absence from the show, Frank maintained that he was never officially fired. As if things weren't already complicated, Frank, who had been hoping to return to the show, suffered a stroke in 2022. Mike was quick to break the news to the public, asking fans to keep Frank in their thoughts and prayers. A year after the stroke, the two, who hadn't seen each other in years, finally reunited during Memorial Day weekend. Although the reunion happened, the time during their fallout overlapped with serious challenges for their careers. It's no secret that American Pickers, once one of the History Channel's top-rated shows, has seen a sharp drop in viewership. Season 26, which premiered recently, recorded the lowest ratings in the show's 14-year run. For example, the episode titled DIY DeLorean attracted fewer than 500,000 viewers, a steep decline from earlier seasons when episodes routinely drew over 1 million. So now everyone's asking, what's going on with American Pickers? Several factors are at play, but the biggest one seems to be Frank Fritz's departure. His absence left a noticeable gap, and many longtime fans haven't stuck around. I've never taken baths, one scene goes. What kind of smells are you talking about? I mean, anything. It could be lavender, wildflowers, or even Little Pony. They don't have any manly scents? No motor oil or gasoline ones? I'll tell you right now, I'm not buying anything called Little Pony and putting it in the bathtub with me. Even though everything between Mike and Frank seemed resolved, fans hoping for an on-screen reunion were left disappointed. It never happened. Tragically, Frank passed away in September 2022. Mike paid tribute to his longtime friend with a heartfelt message. In response to declining ratings, American Pickers made several changes, including introducing Robbie Wolfe as a new cast member and bringing in Danielle Colby as a co-host. Despite these efforts, some fans reportedly boycotted the show due to how Frank Fritz was treated by the producers. Still, American Pickers secured a renewal for season 27, with Mike Wolfe and the rest of the cast remaining hopeful about the show's direction. Mike explained their filming schedule, saying they work 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off, which allows him to bring new items to the store every couple of weeks. The inventory is divided between Iowa and their main store in a major city, where larger items tend to be sold more quickly. Outside of his television career, Mike's ex-wife, Jody Faith, faced a life-changing health challenge. In 2013, she was diagnosed with stage 2 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, a form of cancer that originates in the lymphatic system and impacts white blood cells. The diagnosis was a shock, especially considering Jody's commitment to a healthy lifestyle. The illness weakens the immune system, making the body more vulnerable to illness. Following the diagnosis, Jody began an aggressive treatment plan that included surgery and chemotherapy. As a vegan, she also made key lifestyle adjustments, continuing her plant-based diet and incorporating regular exercise. Her efforts paid off, and before long, she received the good news that her cancer had gone into remission. Regular medical visits confirmed she was cancer-free, marking a major victory. Before Jody's cancer diagnosis, the couple had welcomed their daughter, Charlie Faith Wolfe, in 2012. At birth, Charlie was diagnosed with a congenital condition called cleft lip and palate, which causes openings in the upper lip and roof of the mouth. Though common, the condition can lead to serious issues if untreated, such as trouble feeding, speech delays, and frequent ear infections. Understandably emotional, Mike and Jody sought the best medical care for their daughter. During this period, Mike temporarily stepped away from American Pickers to focus on family and be with his young daughter. Charlie underwent several reconstructive surgeries before the age of 2, successfully correcting the condition and greatly improving her ability to eat and speak. Inspired by their experience, Mike and Jody became ambassadors for Operation Smile, a nonprofit that provides free surgeries for children with similar conditions. Their involvement didn't end with Charlie's recovery. They continued to raise awareness and support for families unable to afford the expensive treatment. Today, Charlie is healthy and thriving. Her early diagnosis hasn't held her back, and Mike often shares photos of her on Instagram, calling her the most important person in his life. However, Mike's personal life faced more challenges. In 2020, his marriage to Jody came to an end. They had been separated since June that year, and their divorce was finalized in December 2021, citing irreconcilable differences. The court filings noted not only their inability to reconcile but also their need to fairly divide their property and financial obligations. Their split was particularly emotional because of their long history. Mike and Jody met in 1994, long before his TV fame, and dated for over 17 years before marrying in 2012. Their wedding was an intimate affair, attended by close friends and family, and took place the same year their daughter was born. Over the years, they faced numerous challenges together, from health scares to public scrutiny, and always remained supportive of one another, frequently expressing their appreciation publicly. Like, comments, share and subscribe for more update.